Howdy folks, welcome back to Dick Fraser Productions. If you're new to the black powder shooting sport, you're going to find that things get a little bit bulky. It's not as simple as with cartridge shooting where you just take out the gun, your loaded cartridges, and you're ready to go. You have to carry your powder, your caps, your ball, your lubrication, all separately. This can be pretty bulky. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my setup of how I kind of keep things a little bit organized with all my tools and my loading materials. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so this is my range box setup. Now I've got this little toolbox. It's really handy. It's got this little tray up here on the top. So I've got two levels of storage here, which is really nice. So we'll start off with a tray. I keep a rubber mallet here. This is for the Colt styles. This is so I can drive out the wedge when I need to drive it out. What are you making noise about? Anyway, yeah, I use this for driving out the wedge. And then moving along here, I keep two powder flasks. Used to just be one, but then I got this brand new Colt one here. So I've got one for the Remington, one for the Colts, and it doesn't really matter which one you use them on. One's got 15 grain spout, the other one's got 28 grain spout. So I could use one for the Navy and one for the Colts if I wanted to set it up like that. I've got two powder measures in here. This one here is an adjustable from 0 to about 160 grains of powder, so this is pretty versatile. You can use it for about anything. This one here is strictly for my rifles. The minimum measurement on it is 60 grains. I just keep it in here because I can't put it in my possibles bag. I use my possibles bag at work, and this isn't exactly period correct for early 19th century, so I just leave it in my muzzle loading box. And also for powder measuring, I keep a 38 special case in there. The reason I keep this in there is when I'm loading the 1851 Navy, I don't actually use the spout because, well, when I was loading it before, I had this 28 grain spout and that's way too much powder. But what I do is I charge up this 38 special case because it holds 20 grains of powder. This little spout here holds 15, so I can get a little bit more powder into that 1851, and I think 20 is about the max you can put in it. And also for loading, I keep this little funnel that's made from a 243 case. What we did is we came back about ½ an inch from the neck, chopped it off, belted it out, and so you stick that, say my fingers there is a chamber, stick that in the chamber, you pour the powder in, works really great. You don't have any mess. Let's see, I'm going. I keep a Ted Cash capper here with caps. Also, if I've got an open cap box, which that one has my pins in. But if I have an open cap box that I've used caps out of, I keep it up here as well to keep it away from the unopened ones. And then this one, I just set up to store my tack pins for setting up my targets. Also, when I've opened a bag of wads, I put them up in the top to make sure I use all them first before I open another bag. I also keep cleaning supplies. I've got my 3 jags here in this little plastic container. I also keep a cleaning rod. This cleaning rod works well for everything except for the walker. The walker, it's a little bit short on it by about 2 inches. I keep a Sharpie as well. That's if I'm using just a plain paper target. I can mark off the holes that I've shot. Keep a pocket knife in there. This one was my grandfather's. I keep this in there so that I can clear any cap jams if need be. Also, it works as a screwdriver if you really absolutely need it to. I also have a Colt Walker nipple wrench. This will work on the Dragoons as well. It has a screwdriver built into the end of it. I don't use a screwdriver because it doesn't fit any screws in any gun that I have. I also keep my ratcheting nipple wrench. This is for the other guns, 1851, 1860, the Remington. And then I have a file. And that's if I have to do, if I'm trying to sight in a gun, I can do sight adjustment. Or if I need to make a quick fix on something, I have it there in case I need it. So we'll throw everything back into the tray. Forgot to mention, I also keep earplugs in there, but this one, the box fell off of when I was trying to get a couple out the other day, so I just got them sitting on my desk for right now until I can get a little pouch or something to put them in. So in here, keep cleaning patches in case I need them. Usually I have a little jar of Ballistol. The one I had broke on me the other day, so I got to get another jar. I have this funnel. What I do when I'm refilling the flasks is I take that little brass cartridge case one that I showed you. I stick that in the hole on the flask, stick this on top of it, and then I can dump powder in here and fill the powder flasks without having to spend $15 on a powder flask funnel. I keep 2 pounds of GoX. Things I use this primarily for the pistols. This is Triple F. I've got 2 reloading stands. One is for the 1851 Navy. So these things work pretty slick. You just put the gun on half cock, and you set it down in the loading stand, and then it allows you to turn the cylinder. You can drive the ball down, and they work pretty slick. I also keep extra caps. I've got 500 caps here. I usually buy them in bulk whenever I can find them. I get as many as I can because you never know when the price in these are going to go up or when they're going to become unavailable. Keep extra wads. These are some that my uncle made, homemade, that I haven't used up yet. They were out of an old felt hat. I've got some 36 caliber wads. I bought these. And then I've got bullets. So these little boxes, these are the 375s for the Uberti. The other side I keep my 4.54s for the 44 calibers. And then I've also got a box of the Conicals. And these were some that we made the other day. A couple things that I don't have in here. I don't have my jar of grease that I use to lubricate the Conicals with. It's in the fridge right now. And I also don't have a screwdriver set because the one that I usually use in the videos, the lid is loose on it. I don't want it falling and dumping in here and getting parts all over. And I really would like to just have a totally separate set for the range from what I use here at home. So this setup here is kind of big. Some people might find it a little bit big for their needs, but you can do other methods. When I first started out, I had a little military tool bag that I carried all my materials in. As I progressed, got more guns, and was shooting more often, that little bag just didn't carry enough. So then I upgraded to this bigger box, and that accommodates my needs. Alright folks, well that's going to take care of it for today's video. If you liked what you've seen thus far, hit the subscribe button below. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook as well at www.facebook.com/Duke Frazier Productions. Be sure to stay tuned and keep your powder dry.